this. Alright, now close your eyes and let's tell a story. Once upon a time, there was a little boy, and it happened to be his birthday. And he wanted to take all of his friends to a cave for his birthday for a cave tour. He invited his 3 best friends. They drove to the cave, and each of the friends brought their parents. They got to the cave, and the tour guide was very quick to tell them, "Folks, I don't know if you want to go to the cave today. We've had some bad stuff happen recently, and I just have to warn you, if you decide to go in the cave, I'm not going with you. You'll have to walk in by yourself. I can give you some extra flashlights if you'd like, but I can't go in there. Bad stuff is happening." And they all thought, no big deal. It's a cave, what could happen? It was one of those caves that had like a sidewalk that went through it, so it wasn't especially hard. You definitely couldn't get lost. So, they decided, sure, why not? We'll go into the cave. So they all took their flashlights and they went into the cave. They went deeper and deeper into the dark underground. There was the sound of water drip, drip, dripping, and they could see stalactites and stalagmites like giant teeth coming out of the ceiling and floor, as if they were about to be eaten up. Unfortunately, all the flashlights that the guide gave them had batteries that were almost dead, and they kept on flickering off and on. And at points it would be completely dark until someone could get a flashlight to start again. The little boy started to get a little nervous. Guys, maybe we should go back, he said. But at this point they were too far along. They just had to keep going. Soon, all the flashlights went out. There was a scream. When the flashlight came back on, the little boy saw that 2 of his friends and their parents were gone. "Gulp," he said. They kept on walking. Maybe they're just up ahead, he thought. Maybe they're okay. All the flashlights went out again and it was pitch black. There was another scream. The boy got his flashlight back on and saw that he was all alone. At this point, he just started to run. He ran as fast as he could, hoping that his flashlight would stay on. He was running and running, and then he tripped and fell, dropping his flashlight. It skittered away and landed somewhere. He could see it glowing off in the distance. But then he heard something. Thud, thud, thud. Giant feet were following him. He crawled as fast as he could to the flashlight. He grabbed it, turned around, and looked up into the face of a giant, bloodthirsty monster. It bellowed and roared. Not knowing what else to do, the little boy ran as fast as he could. He hoped that he didn't hit his head. It was dark. He couldn't see anything. The only thing he knew is that his feet were still on the ground, and he was running and running and running as fast as he could. He saw a light up ahead of him. "Sunlight," he said. I've got to keep running. He could hear the footfalls behind him. Thud, thud, thud. He jumped out of the cave, landing in the wet ground. He turned around and saw the monster come right up to the mouth of the cave, snarled, and walked back in. A few minutes later, all of his friends, their parents and his parents, ran out of the cave. "There you are," they said. "We thought we'd lost you." "Did you see the monster?" the little boy said. "What monster?" they all asked. And just at that moment there was a huge bellowing from inside the cave. "The monster!" they all said, and they ran back to their cars. They hit the gas and got back as fast as they could for cake and ice cream, because after you've seen a monster, cake and ice cream is all that you want. The end. You want to stop?